listening to Shanahan. No.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025, there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Good morning, Katie Shanahan here on talkSPORT with Early Sports Breakfast. Good to have you company this Wednesday. I'll be on until 6 a.m. when Gabia Bonhor is back on talkSPORT Breakfast alongside the brilliant Alan Brazil. Coming up on the show today, we'll be talking about Arsenal and Tottenham's Champions League wins and also Man City's shock defeat against Bodo Glimt near the Arctic Circle, with Pep on the back page of the Times saying everything is going wrong. We'll be going into the back pages very shortly, and I would love to hear from you this morning. We're also doing a fun new feature, so let us know what you think about that. Really looking forward to it. We've also got some other games up our sleeves as well, so get involved in the show. Let us know what you're up to, where you're listening to us. In the last show yesterday, we heard from people in New Mexico, India and even Qatar. So let us know where you're listening and get involved. The number to call is 03717 223344, or you could text me 81089. Right, let's get into it. And it's a very good morning to Quizmaster Nick. How are you?
Everything is going wrong. What a line.
I know. And as an Arsenal fan, I don't mind.
You know that Max Allain is Mark Allain's son, who used to play cricket for England, and I'm trying to remember which county it was. Maybe Kent. I'll double check. So yeah, Mark Allain and Max Allain, sporting family. The other thing I was thinking, has any manager ever come into a side and taken charge of 4 games in 4 different competitions as their first 4 games? Liam Rossini had the FA Cup win over Charlton, then the Carabao Cup semi-final with Arsenal, Premier League, beat Brentford. Now he's in the Champions League. Wow. 4 games, 4 competitions.
Yeah, that's a real test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get through those 4 games, then we can see. And also a good chance for him to test his squad across 4 different competitions. So actually, it's probably not a bad start for
absolutely.
him. Get information quickly.
Axel Disasi getting reintegrated apparently out of the bomb squad. And then top 5 at 5. A little quiz for you.
Little quiz. I know everyone enjoyed it yesterday, so we have done it again. We're back again. So what are you coming up with? A top 5?
Bit trickier today,
5.
but definitely gettable, right?
Oh, okay, here we go.
I want to know, in honour of the Toon, who are at home to PSV tonight, Newcastle's top 5 goal scorers in the Champions League proper. right?
Okay.
There are 2 current players and 3, let's call them legends. I mean, I'd say they're all 3 legends.
Okay. Alan Shearer's got to be in there?
Number 1.
Okay.
6 goals.
6 goals. Wow. Current players.
Yeah, there are 2 current players.
Anthony Gordon.
He's at number 2 with 5.
Oh, there we go. We're doing well this morning.
Yeah.
2.
Maybe one more, and then I'll let you throw it open to the wonderful
current
listeners.
players in there. So it wouldn't be Alexander Isak then.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Yes, Stuart.
Very dramatic music. I like this a lot. Top 5 at 5 has gone to a whole new level now.
Have we stolen this off Sports Bar?
If you can help me out, 81089. Maybe another current player, Ashley Barnes.
Who?
Ashley Barnes?
Harvey Barnes?
Harvey Barnes, sorry.
That's number 3.
Ashley Barnes. What am I talking about? Harvey Barnes.
You've got the top 3. So Alan Shearer, 6 goals. Anthony Gordon, 5. Harvey McBarnes, I think we call him now. I don't know if he's going to play for Scotland in the World Cup. With 4, so you're missing number 4 and number 5. They've got 3 goals each. We'll hand that over to
Yes, get involved. 81089. The top, what was it? Newcastle's
top 5 Champions League goal scorers in the competition proper, not including qualifying round.
Okay, right. We've had this one from Sam, Andy Cole?
No.
Okay. Keep those texts coming in. 888-1089 and help us out. We need number 4 and number 5 for Newcastle's top goal scorers in the Champions League proper. Right, let's reflect on the Champions League action, shall we? It was a terrific Tuesday night of Champions League action. Spurs move into the top 4 and relief for Thomas Frank. Actually, on the back page of some of the newspapers this morning, it is saying on the back page of The Sun, Frank Yu, huge win and relief for Spurs as Thomas Frank boosted his hopes of staying as Tottenham boss with a win over 10-man Borussia Dortmund. As for Arsenal, they are already through to the knockouts with a game to spare, but Man City were humbled in Norway. Here's how it sounded on talkSPORT.
Manchester City desperate to bounce back from Derby Day defeats. Can they do that here in the Arctic Circle?
Hauge shoots right-footed. What a goal! Hauge has scored a third on a history-making night for the team from Norway.
Truly wonderful goal.
Rodri is sent off. A second yellow card. An embarrassing night for Manchester City.
It's all pretty tough, to be frank. But win tonight, and this patched-up Spurs side could yet finish in the top 8 of the Champions League. It's Oliver and Porro linking up again. Ball in for Solanke. He has scuffed it in. And Spurs lead by 2-0. Team have given the Tottenham power brokers something to think about, because that was a vast improvement in really difficult circumstances.
Comes back to Gyökeres, who puts it in the top corner. Stunning finish.
This really is top-class football from Arsenal.
It's another victory for Arsenal. They'd never won 7 European games in a row. They have now finished into 1. Arsenal 3.
Yeah, 7 from 7 for Arsenal, 100% record in the Champions League, and they sit top of the tree, top in the Premier League and top of the Champions League, and they were able to rotate as well, which I thought was really good. In terms of Tottenham, wow, relief for Thomas Frank. Are they back? But it was also a good win at home, which they've been really lacking of this season. I think that's their first. I'm just looking now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First win in 6. So a really important win for them. Borussia Dortmund had to go down to 10 men. Christian Romero actually scoring his first Champions League goal for Spurs, and then it was a bizarre Dominic Solanke goal that kind of went kind of 2 kicks and then through his own legs and then went into the back of the net, in off the post. So he went okay, he got a goal, and Spurs beat Borussia Dortmund at home, and it made good signs that Thomas Frank is slowly turning things around. Or is he still on borrowed time?
I said it from the beginning, the players are giving everything. I think that's a extremely good sign about the culture, extremely good sign that they want to do everything, that they are together, that we are together. So very impressive, and we were a little bit down to the bare bones with available players, and the way Dest, he was definitely one of the one I was talking about yesterday. We were constantly talking about should he swap in or not, but he was sometimes bombarding forward and thinking, no, Dest, please come on, calm now, be a little bit clever, but very nice. Dom is the one that is normally a physical beast, but been out for so long. It means something. He gave everything, and I think he gave so much to the team, and of course also scored a great goal with a triple contact to get it over the line. But very good to have the two of them on the pitch.
Yes, so Thomas Frank can certainly, hopefully he slept well last night, but also he was asked in the press conference, with all of this pressure going on, how is he dealing with it all? And he answers, 2 big glasses of red wine. And I was like, fair enough. So, lots of the back pages this morning speaking about Thomas Frank and, element of relief for him this morning. As for Arsenal, it was a big win at the San Siro, 3-1 against Inter Milan, last year's finalists. Lots of people saying, these are two massive competitors in the competition, champions in waiting, perhaps. Well, 3-1 at the San Siro was a pretty amazing result for Arsenal. Dream night as well for Gabriel Jesus, 2 first-half goals. And he's been out for over 11 months. So to come back, he looked really sharp. Poacher's goal for the first one to catch it really well on the volley, and then a header in the second. And he's currently trying to get a contract extension at Arsenal. And you feel as though if he remains sharp and getting the goals for Arsenal, you feel as though maybe that may happen. As for Gyökeres, he scored a banger in this game. Pleased for him. He's been under a lot of criticism and he needs to be scoring goals. So he got one last night. And in terms of the kind of options for Arsenal, you've got Jesus, Gyökeres kind of in a two-way battle before Kai Havertz return as well. So Arsenal with options and just showing that they have strength and depth. And that's something Mikel Arteta said last night. The quality of the depth is certainly starting to show. Arsenal into the knockout stages of the Champions League already. And talkSPORT's Alvin Martin says that Arsenal could be better than the early noughties side.
I think this Arsenal team has got the potential to be better. They've got to see it through, and they've got to win things. That's what the other team did. But they're not reliant on any one player. I think there were times when Henry was the superstar, wasn't he? He would get them out of trouble. They can't rely on that. This is a team of a different sort of fashion. But yeah, no, to come here tonight into this sort of what I thought was impressive is Arsenal really have got themselves in a position where they didn't really need to win this game. They could have just taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, Adam. And I thought that might have been the edge that Inter, because they were desperate to win this game and needed to win it more. But you know what? Arsenal came here, it didn't make any difference. You looked at the desire of both teams. Arsenal's was certainly equivalent and better than Inter's.
Well, that's quite interesting, isn't it? In terms of how they matched up against a top side, top of the league in Inter Milan, top of Serie A, and they are top of the Premier League. So a really interesting battle, and also lots of information for Mikel Arteta to get ahead of another busy week, and he was able to rotate, and once again just showing their strength in depth. As for Man City, real shock result. I remember turning this on just before half-time, being like, gosh, Man City already down. I think we're 2-0 down by that point against Bodo Glimt. It finished 3-1 to the Norwegian side, with Pep Guardiola saying on a number of the back pages this morning, the feeling is everything is going wrong and things are going against us. And also, that was the back page of the Daily Express. Pep admits things going against us after humbling by Arctic minnows, with lots of pictures of Erling Haaland, which he apologises for the performance. Obviously going back to where he was born in terms of Norway and stuff. So that must have been quite embarrassing for him. But fair play to Bodo Glimt. They were brilliant. They also pulled off an amazing result against Tottenham a few years back at Bodo. So it wasn't a plastic pitch and stuff like that. So how much did that come into play? They lost Rodri down to a red card, 2 yellow cards, and with his experience, especially for the second yellow, he should have done better. So Man City actually became the first team to lose to Bodo Glimt in a major European competition. They, on the night, got their first ever win in the Champions League, I believe. And then, Rodri sent off for 2 yellows. There is a defensive injury crisis. They are without so many players at the moment in terms of Ruben Diaz. They're without Guardiola as well. So you just feel as though they need Marc Guéhi to come into the side right now. As for their position in the table, they're currently 7th, and they really want to avoid a February playoff as well. 16 points, probably enough to make the Champions League top 8. But it is worrying times for Man City. They're in a bit of a rut, and they need to kind of find a way to turn things around. Well, on the sports bar last night, Jason Cundy said that City need to be careful this season and make sure it doesn't fall apart again.
And it is an embarrassing result, that. And to get rolled over so convincingly.
Yeah.
That's just another one of those results that Man City fans must be looking at thinking, it's getting worse. It really is. It's getting worse. And tonight's performance on the back of getting, let's be honest, they got overturned against Man United. Right?
Yeah. They got outplayed, outclassed.
Well, tonight, the result will show you all we need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to be very careful, City, that their season just doesn't whimper out. Okay, they got 1 foot in the Carabao Cup final, but this is still a competition. When they're on song, they can turn teams over.
Yeah,
right. They're going to get through the knockout stage of the Champions League, but yeah, they want to make sure this isn't a habit that they get into and they can't get out of.
Yeah, it was an embarrassing result for Man City and in particular Erling Haaland. So, yeah, they need to turn things around. Right, lots of you have texted in this morning. Thank you so much to get involved in our new quiz. We're starting at the top of the show. If you like it, feedback. I read all of your messages. It's top 5 at 5. We're doing our top 5 quiz at 5 o'clock, and lots of you text in for Newcastle's all-time top goal scorers in the Champions League proper. And the answers are, we've got number 1 was Alan Shearer at number 6. You've got number 2 was Anthony Gordon at number 5. These are the current players. Number 3 is number 3 is Harvey Barnes with 4 goals. And then thank you so much to Sean, Craig in Windsor and Tom. You all got Tino Asprilla with 3 goals. That comes in at number 4. And then in at number 5, you've got Shola Amiobi with 3 goals. Well done to Matt in Newcastle, who got both as well, and Sam too. So congratulations to all of you for getting those right. So Shearer, Gordon, Harvey Barnes, Asprilla and Amiobi for Newcastle's all-time top goal scorers in the Champions League proper. Right, that was top 5 at 5. And remember, you can watch Newcastle against PSV. That's live on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Right, keep those calls and texts coming in. 81089. This text just here before we go to break. A big fan here, Katie, in New York City. Listen daily. As a Brit living stateside, you guys keep me connected to home. Big Liverpool fan. Love the banter. Love what you do. Jonathan. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for listening to the show and for your text as well. Katie Shanahan here with you this Wednesday morning. It is 5:17 and next up we're going to be going into the back pages and I'm dropping my hot new feature. So I hope you enjoy it. A very good morning. How are you doing this Wednesday morning? Katie Shanahan here in the chair until 6 o'clock when the wonderful Anna Brazil and Gabby Bonhor take over with talkSPORT Breakfast. Remember, we are now on your DAB radio, your smart speakers, YouTube, and even your smart TVs. So come and say hello. Here are some of your headlines you're waking up to this Wednesday morning. Luke Littler beat Michael van Gogh in 8-5 to win the inaugural Saudi Masters darts. Littler is 19 today. A very happy birthday to the new 19. Wow, he's already earning so much and he's not even 20. Wow. Coventry have an 8-point lead in the championship thanks to a 2-1 win at home to fellow promotion chasers Millwall. Ipswich climbed into the top 2 with a 2-0 victory over Bristol City. Jude Bellingham busted out a drinking celebration after scoring in Real Madrid's 6-1 Champions League rout over Monaco. Elsewhere, holders PSG were stunned in a 2-1 defeat at Sporting Lisbon. And remember, for more on the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. Okay, right, it is time for our new feature, Katie's Corner.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands of taxi drivers in their cabs and the millions listening around the world, let's get ready to rumble! In the red corner, wearing the shiniest of trousers, she represented England at field hockey before earning a master's degree in sports journalism. The pride of Kingston upon Thames, it's Katie, the Grand Slam Shanahan.
Yes, it is time for Katie's Corner, where I ask you a question and you let me know if you're in my corner or if you're going to take me on. Today's question: should stoppage time be scrapped? Who hates time wasting? I certainly do. It slows the game down with all this stop and start. So I propose football should instead use a stop clock. Then we can just scrap stoppage time altogether. This would also reduce any incentive to time waste. We see this already in basketball, American football, ice hockey, and also a little bit in rugby as well. So if, for example, if you have a stop clock, it means if the ball goes out of play, you stop the clock. If there's a corner, you stop the clock. If there's free kicks, you stop the clock. And the clock would say, for each half, it would show 45 minutes, and then it would count down. This would add to the drama, and you would always know when the game finishes. And sometimes when it comes to stoppage time, it's even reached, let's say, 96 minutes, and it's still going on for another minute or so. So I think introduce a stop clock and get rid of stoppage time altogether. This would stop time wasting altogether. And that is my Katie's Corner today. There you have it. Are you in my corner or not?
Katie's Corner with Katie Shanahan. Are you fighting her corner or taking her on?
Okay, let me know. The number to call is 03717 223344. Do you like stoppage time? Do you think it should be scrapped, or would you rather see a stop clock? Let me know. You can text me 81089. Right, let's get into the back pages and say a very good morning to Nick Ellaby, who is back in the studio. Hello.
Hello there.
What do you think? Stoppage time, stay in or go, or just get a stop clock counting down?
I don't mind the idea of it. You just have to have like 60 minutes and then just stop, because you know the ball's in play in a Premier League game for sometimes less than an hour. So you're gonna have to take it down to 60 maybe. Then you have two 30-minute halves. I actually don't mind it, because if you're stopping the clock, everyone can see, well, look, there's nothing happening.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't time waste.
Time wasting is annoying. I find it very annoying. Tell you what is annoying: losing to Bodo Glimt. Arctic flunkies on the back of the Mirror Sport. All the drama in the Champions League. This is my my favourite headline I'll get to in a minute. First, Daily Express, Circle of Hell. Obviously, they were in the Arctic Circle there. Erling Haaland at home, but struggling against Bodo Glimt. Only Fools and Norses.
That's my favourite headline.
Okay, that's the best one. Well done to Star Sport for that. Bodo Glimt 3, Man City 1. Ahead of tonight's game, Liverpool at Marseille. Salah poised to make an immediate return to Liverpool's starting lineup. Arne Slot says he's trained with us. Let's see the lineup today if you still think there's an issue. So a big hint from Arne Slot that Mo Salah will be back in. You know, do you think that's just all going to be water under the bridge? I guess if he starts scoring, Everything will be fine.
I think time is a great healer, and also the fact that he's gone away and come back, that kind of distance between all of the kind of situation where he left, I think that's going to really help. And you just get your head down, carry on working hard, score some goals, and just, make things happen on the pitch.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be quite sad after not winning the AFCON. I think that's probably, that was probably the last chance for Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, King of Africa. Good story on the back of the Times. Rob Key likely to remain as England's director of cricket after acknowledging to his ECB bosses he must learn lessons from the shambolic Ashes defeat. This is Elizabeth Hammond on the back of the Times. Obviously, England underprepared for that 4-1 loss in Australia. The thing they're looking at now is more serious warm-up games. There was almost no warm-up games in prep for this, and team culture. A lot of the players possibly drinking too much. Harry Brook apologised for an altercation with a nightclub bouncer in New Zealand. Do you think cricket has a drinking problem? Is there anything you've noticed compared to other sports?
I don't think it was a good look, especially with that video coming out. I think I understand that they might want a break from the game, but I just don't think in the middle of the Ashes when we were losing. I mean, to be fair, after that, they ended up going and winning, what was it, for the first time in a long time.
She played better.
So they responded pretty well. So
Boozy Stag do. They started playing quite well.
Yeah.
It was also because they'd been playing cricket. Like, they just hadn't played enough cricket.
But I think even when it comes down to the Ashes, now you're super into your cricket, a lot of it was down to the decision-making in the moments, not necessarily the drinking culture.
You're right, but I just think it's weird for elite sports people to be getting hammered in the middle of
absolutely.
series of their lives.
Yeah, and that needs to be looked into.
It does. Luke Donald, potentially there's a meeting with the Ryder Cup chiefs this week. No one's done 3 Ryder Cups back-to-back. No one for Europe. No European captain has ever won 3 in a row. So Luke Donald, I mean, it takes a lot out of this Ryder Cup captain, but potentially looking at a third tournament, history on the line, and potentially Tiger Woods may be captaining the US. I'm not sure whether he'd be a good captain. This caught my eye, though. Did you see a statue of Sevi Ballesteros? This is in Pedrena in northern Spain, where Sevi's from. Life-size statue of Sevi Ballesteros. Gone missing.
Oh, no.
Someone nicked it.
No.
Yeah.
It's massive.
I know. And I actually think this could be quite a bad omen for the European Ryder Cup side. I mean, he is basically the almost like a mascot of the European Ryder Cup team. So Spanish thieves, get Sevi back. I think the mayor of this town has actually appealed on Facebook for people to hand it in. Life-size bronze of the late golfer who died in 2011. But yeah, that's a bad omen.
Yeah.
Finally, World Cup dilemma. European talks over response to Trump's Greenland threats. We've heard about this in the news. Trump talking about potentially, invading Greenland because of security concerns over those Arctic shipping lanes. Now, football could respond. Potentially a UEFA-led boycott. There have been calls for a boycott amping up in recent days. German politician Jürgen Hart suggesting that would be a last resort option. There's a petition in the Netherlands with 90,000 signatures. There is a sense that if UEFA takes a stand, then maybe the other nations could follow. There is a UEFA Executive Committee meeting on the 11th of February. Do you think this is something football should be getting involved in?
I'd say it's that football and politics, should they, shouldn't they? But, when all of this is going on, there's going to be a lot of this, I think, in this year.
The US World Cup. I know
US World Cup. With
Mexico
all of this...
and Canada are involved. Don't forget them.
Yeah.
They keep getting forgotten.
I just think this is going to rumble on in terms of, football and politics, and we're just going to have to see how it plays out.
It'll all be fine once it kicks off.
Yeah.
As it always is.
Get that first game underway. Nick, thank you very much for now. It is 5:29. Katie Shanahan here with you this Wednesday morning. Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor are coming up at 6 o'clock. Up next, we're going to be looking through the front pages, plus how you can win an all-expenses paid trip to the Super Bowl.
It's not often you associate fan power with Chelsea Football Club, but one of the shining examples of it lies with a group called the Chelsea Pitch Owners. And they've proved to be the thorn in the side of owners past and present who've been dead set on moving stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
Good morning. How are you doing this Wednesday morning? Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports Breakfast. Here are some of the headlines you're waking up to this Wednesday morning before Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor take over at 6 a.m. Salford have set up a dream FA Cup tie at neighbours Man City after a dramatic end to their 3-2 win at home to Swindon in the third round. Swindon had a late goal ruled out for a foul in the build-up. Rangers now know their opponents in the fifth round of the Scottish Cup. They'll host Stranraer, who needed a 6-5 win on penalties at home to Queen's Park. And ahead of Chelsea's game at home to Paphos tonight, Liam Rossini is reintegrating Axel Tissazi back into the Chelsea first team. But it doesn't sound like fellow Bomb Squad member Raheem Sterling is staying on.
No, Raheem at the moment, we're in conversations at the moment about different things and different options that are going on in his career, and hopefully that will be clearer in the next few days.
Okay, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see where Raheem Sterling goes next. You feel as though, gosh, he hasn't played at all for Chelsea for such a long time, and he's such a good talent. So let's see where he goes next. For more on the day's biggest stories, head over to talksport.com. Now, I'm very pleased to say that Katie's Corner has got a caller because Darren, the Spurs fan, has called the number 03717223344. A very good morning, Dan. Darren.
Good morning.
How are you? And so where do you sit on this stop clock? Are you with me or not? Would you like to see a stop clock, or would you like to stick to stoppage time?
I like to stop clock because I think it will take it away from the ref and the fourth official. And I also feel, besides the stop clock, there should be they need to bring back carding these cheating players that are diving and all this, because that's part of the problem as well. But I also think another way to stop the time wasting is actually sin bin the players for the length of time they waste.
Okay, and then how long would they be in the sin bin for then?
So for every minute they waste, and if they roll over like they're going for the Oscars, I think they should get, for every minute they waste, they should get 3 minutes in the sin bin.
3 minutes in the sin bin, but we might be seeing a lot of players off the pitch.
Well, you won't, because the managers will suddenly realise they can't cheat.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously in the US they use stop clocks, so maybe we can learn something from them and then bring it over. I mean, we know that the
But
football...
they still, what the players do in the NFL is they fake injury and suddenly they get an automatic stop from the referees.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really stop anything. You still got to put a deterrent with carding or a sin bin to stop them cheating.
And just finally, before we let you go, are you Thomas Frank in as a Spurs fan?
I am with Thomas Frank in because I think the problem at Spurs is we don't have the players. And that is down to the board and what they bought, because they spend a lot of money in transfer fees, but we still don't pay the wages. Everyone blamed Daniel Levy. It clearly was a Lewis family idea that they don't want to spend the money on wages.
Darren, thank you so much for calling the show this morning. Hope there are more wins, especially at home for Tottenham. Thank you so much for taking part in Katie's Corner. Really interesting call there about stop clocks. And yeah, maybe there should be cards for time wasting because it keeps happening. So we need to find a way of stopping it. Thanks so much to Darren, Spurs fan, for getting in touch with the show. You can do the same. 03717 223344, or you can text me 81089. Right? It is 5:39, and that means it's competition time.
Be there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Yes, listen up. The Super Bowl is almost here, and talkSPORT is sending one lucky listener and a mate to San Francisco on the 6th of February to see it live. You can win return flights, 3 nights, hotel accommodation, 2 Super Bowl tickets, and spending money. But hurry, entries close this Thursday. So get your entry in, and here is how. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or you can call this number 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Thursday at 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion, full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text WIN to 83338 now, and a very good luck.
Be there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Okay, let's check in now in the Australian Open tennis with Jackson Cole.
The Australian Open update on talkSPORT with TNT Sports. Every set exclusively live on TNT Sports. Subscription required. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And we can say a very good morning to Jackson. What's the latest with the Australian Open, Jackson?
Well, good morning, Katie. Well, it's been a bad day for Emma Raducanu. She has been knocked out of the Australian Open in the second round, losing to world number 55, Anastasia Potapova. Raducanu missed a chance to serve out the first set at 5-4 and crumbled from then on as she lost 7-6, 6-2. Potapova's reward for the surprise win is a third-round date with Arina Sabalenka. More bad news for the Brits as Arthur Ferry was also sent packing. He lost 7-6, 6-1, 6-3 to Argentine Thomas Etcheverry. The last remaining British player in both the men's and women's draw is Cameron Norrie. He takes on American Emilio Nava later on today. Carlos Alcaraz is getting a good workout from Yannick Hanfmann over on Rod Laver. The Spaniard chasing his first Australian Open title and the career slam is 2 sets to love up, but has looked an uncharacteristically frustrated figure at points, with his opponent refusing to lie down. Coco Gauff is into the third round. The American third seed dispatching of Serbia's Olga Danilovic 6-2, 6-2 on Margaret Court. And later in the day, we'll see the likes of Alex de Minaur, Mira Andreeva and Alexander Zverev in action. And we'll have more updates from Melbourne throughout the morning.
Jackson Cole, thank you so much for giving us that update. My friend is actually out there in Australia, in Melbourne, and she keeps sending me updates of all the weather and everything. And I'm like, can you not? Because that looks absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Jackson Cole, with the Australian Open tennis update there. Right, We've got so much in this show this morning. Right, 5:42, and it's now time for this.
It's a front page throwdown.
Oh, what a move!
The front page is first on the early sports breakfast.
Talk Sport.
Nick Ellaby is back. It is a very busy show today. There is a lot.
There's always a lot to get through.
A lot to get through.
This is my favourite bit.
What, being on with me? That's very nice.
Yeah.
No, I know you mean the front pages. The front pages are back. Well, there was lots going on yesterday with the Beckhams. So does it continue, or are we moving on to something else?
I couldn't care less about the Beckhams.
Oh, okay. So we're moving on.
Do you play any musical instruments?
I actually do.
I bet you do. What? Clarinet is my guess.
No, I would love to play and learn to play the saxophone. No, I grade 6 piano.
Yeah.
Grade 5 violin.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that like sort of brown belt?
Oh,
Put it in a sporting context.
I don't know. It's Europa League.
Europa League.
Yeah. And then grade 6, I would say, is probably Champions League upwards. You go up to grade 8, and then I'm grade 8 singing.
What? Really?
Yes.
So we need to get you singing on the show.
Yeah, but it's like choir singing. It's not.
right.
It's not like, you know. I'm not
sort-
actually a secret Tina Turner.
We could write a musical about Arsenal's season.
Yeah, I could do it all choral.
I'm talking about this because Sir Ringo Starr has admitted he told actor Barry Keoghan to stop taking drum lessons. Ringo said, "I had to tell him, I know you had lessons, but don't have too many because then you become the machine."
Well, isn't it 10,000 hours? And then
Yeah.
it becomes... What is that? What is it? 10,000 hours? And then
10,000 hours, you just sort of...
you learn
do
a new
something-
skill, isn't it? Or you become an expert. Or
You do something for enough time, it sort of becomes second nature.
muscle memory, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So good luck to Barry Keoghan and his drumming. Also, I don't know if this has been planted by sort of big black pudding, this story, but a black pudding is apparently pretty good for you. This guy's trying to get us to eat more of the underrated superfood. Do you like black pudding?
I hate black pudding.
Why? It's delicious.
I hate it.
It's the best.
You know, when it comes on an English breakfast, I just have to palm it off to the side.
I'll take it.
For all those English breakfasts we have together. Actually, we could go down to the canteen and actually share one, and I would just put it on your plate.
I'll have double black pudding. I'll tell you why. Food expert Matthew McDermott says we should be even adding it to salads because most people mistake the flecks of white pudding to be fat. It's actually barley, which is a superfood in itself. Barley, one of the best grains, providing blood glucose stabilization, cardiovascular protection, and cancer prevention.
Oh, wow.
So let's all eat some more black pudding. And this is a guy from the Berry Black Pudding Company. I've actually been there. They've got a great market in Berry Market. It's unbelievable. Shout out to Berry Market. So we should all be eating more black pudding.
Black pudding and salad.
Delicious.
No.
That's my kind of salad.
I cannot even think about that. What else have we got?
Robbie Williams looks set to break the Beatles record for the most #1 albums, UK #1 albums. Millennium Singer's latest record, Britpop, is currently at the official chart company's #1 spot midway through the week. If he's still there on Friday, he will go past the Beatles record of 15. So who's better, Robbie Williams or the Beatles?
Oh.
Do you like Robbie Williams?
I love Robbie Williams. Sing When You're Winning.
I'm not going to sing.
Swing, sing. Yeah, sing. What was the album?
Do you know what?
Sing or swing when you're winning. I think.
Swing When You're Winning. He
Swing.
did that album, yeah.
Swing When You're Winning was one of my favourite albums. That was absolutely amazing. And I think it was like, you know, when Michael Bublé suddenly went, "Oh, Christmas," that fit for Robbie Williams. I was like, that is just perfect. So that was probably one of my favourite albums.
He's a showman. Andy Goldstein's a big mate of his. I actually interviewed Robbie Williams when I was a very young journalist, and he realised I was nervous and was just real nice with me, put me at ease, talked about some like personal stuff, and I just thought, you know what? He seems like a lovely man.
Lovely
so
man.
Shout out to Robbie if he's listening.
I'd love to see Robbie Williams live. If you're listening, Robbie, I would like to come and see one of your concerts.
Got a new album out, so
yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. Then hopefully he'll be performing and we can go watch him. My dad is also a huge Robbie Williams fan, so I might go along with him. Nick, is that all for the front pages?
I mean, there's more if you want it.
Well, okay, we've got time for one more story.
Well, Saudi darts fans have accused TV chiefs of playing fake cheers over dodgy throws. You mentioned Luke Littler beating Michael van Gerwen.
Birthday. Happy
but obviously,
birthday.
you know, darts in Saudi, talk about moving the World Championships there. Barry Hearns always said you can't take it away from the atmosphere at the Ali Pali. Now,
No, I think they've said that it's going to stay at the Ali Pali until 2031.
well, till 2031, then let's see what happens. But apparently Saudi Arabian darts accused of pumping in fake crowd noises there. But congrats to Luke Littler. Happy birthday. 19 today.
19 today, going strong. Nick, thank you very much. Someone else who's going strong. Right, up next, we are going to be looking ahead to 2 more Champions League games tonight, live on talkSPORT. It's 5:47. Good morning. good morning. Katie Shanahan here on talkSPORT with Early Sports Breakfast. Alan Brazil and Gabia Bonhor are coming up in 9 minutes' time, you lucky things, from 6 a.m. with talkSPORT Breakfast. As for tonight in the Champions League, lots more Champions League action to look forward to. Two teams with issues this season, though. But can Liverpool and Newcastle sneak into the top 8 and avoid a playoff?
Well, there are atmospheres, and then there is St James's Park. It goes into the penalty area, bounces kindly for Harvey Barnes, and he's done it again.
It is a point apiece.
We've been really strong in our performance, but we haven't come away with what I felt we deserved in both of those games.
I think overall, the squad's got better. Competition for places is better.
It's pulled back to Driewerk, 4-1, emphatic finish. His second, PSV's fourth.
I think it's a really hard game. Marseille are playing good football. They're scoring buckets of goals. Goes in towards the near post, and it's Aubameyang again, getting across his marker.
And there have been some boos as Liverpool have not got it over the line.
That's their aim, is a top 4 and maybe on the way win silverware. I think their best chances are probably that is Champions League.
All into the near post, and it in! Virgil van Dijk rises highest.
They seem to have turned a bit of a corner after a real sticky period, but tonight's a real test for them.
Yes, it's all very dramatic music because the Champions League is back again tonight. 8 o'clock kickoff for Marseille against Liverpool. You can listen to that on talkSPORT with all the build-up beforehand. And then also at 8 o'clock, Newcastle host PSV in the Champions League. You can listen to that one over on talkSPORT too. Right, we're going to go to the phone lines as Ibra, the Arsenal fan, has called the show this morning. 03717223344 is the number. And I believe, you believe, that Arsenal will win the Premier League and the Champions League. Ibra, why?
Morning, Katie. We just got the squad depth, and we've also got the belief, the intensity. Like I said to Nick earlier on when I first called, the Inter Milan manager put it, perfectly. The amount of intensity that we play with, it's not always seen on the big screen, but when you're live there, you can tell the intensity from each and every single player, and even the players that are coming back from injury. Like Mosquera played like 60 minutes yesterday.
Yeah, and Jesus came back, 2 goals.
Jesus, 12 months out. He already scored against Forest. Not against Forest, he scored against someone in the Premier League. We won 4-0. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, in the Champions League he scored. You got Victor. I mean, everybody is slinging their hooks at Victor Gyökeres. I mean, come on, give the guy a break. And yesterday he showed everyone what he's made of.
Absolutely.
His performances in the last 3-4 weeks, yeah, sure, he's only scored one against Everton, the penalty, but the performance that he puts in, it's remarkable. And Arsenal as a squad, we haven't all of them haven't clicked. Eze hasn't clicked. Wanyeri is obviously going to be loaned out. Miles Lewis-Skelly, he played yesterday, but he hasn't really clicked. He hasn't put in the performances that he did last year. We've had Gabby the monster at the back. He's been in and out of the side, so there's not been a consistency there. We've got Timber playing at right back sometimes. At left back. We've got Calafiori out, and we're still, unbeaten in the Champions League, 100% record, top of the Premier League. And people are saying Premier League, Arsenal going to bottle it, 7 points. They've been here before with a bigger gap. But we didn't have the squad. We didn't have the depth in the squad to carry on the season. And I honestly, hand on heart, I've already rang this show a few times and I've spoken to different presenters and I've told them the same thing. We are going to win the league and we are going to win the Champions League.
Ibra, that is a perfect way to end the show because as an Arsenal fan, I hope that we win the Premier League and the Champions League and we're still in the FA Cup and the EFL Cup as well, with that second leg coming up against Chelsea on the 3rd of February. So let's see if it happens. Thank you so much, Ibra, for calling the show. Always good to get you on Early Sports Breakfast. Right, I can see Alan Brazil doing his pre-show press-ups over in the corner there. Just time to play this from yesterday's show. Jamie O'Hara told Gabia Bonhor and Ali McCoist how much he'd be worth in today's market.
The quote that I woke up to this morning said,
from Jamie O'Hara that you were an average player, right? But nowadays, you'd be far better than average with the players that are about today. I mean, I'm with you, mate. I think that's a very fair comment.
McCoy, let me tell you, I'll be worth 50 million in today's age, mate. What currency, Jamie? What currency? I wouldn't have to do that graveyard shift at 10 p.m. if I was playing now, mate. Let me tell you.
Wait a minute, you wouldn't be worth 50 million lira.
I'd give Jamie 2 million. That's really funny. Right, here's what else is coming up on Breakfast with the Boys this morning. Alan Brazil and Gabia Bonhor are in command of your Wednesday morning. The man playing Roy Keane in the new film Saipan, Aina Hardwick, will be on the show. Former Spurs defender Ramon Vega will also be joining the boys, and ex-Chelsea midfielder Bolo Zeden will also be on talkSPORT Breakfast, which is coming up in 3 minutes' time. You'll be listening to Early Sports Breakfast with me, Katie Shanahan, this morning. Alan Brazil and Gabia Bonhor are on the way next with talkSPORT Breakfast. Have a great day, and I'll see you same time tomorrow.